Is somebody ready for a story? I said, is somebody ready for a story? I can't hear ya.
On this episode of How I Met, we're going to talk about how I met Kanye West. That's right, I met Kanye West. And again, thank you for supporting these episodes, y'all. I love it, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But let's get into how I met Kanye West. Okay. It was around 2004. My man Chris Robinson, he's a well-known, respected director. He directed a lot of videos, did a couple of movies. Really cool guy. Asked me to come down to be in a video from a group called Slum Village, which I was a huge fan of. And they were doing a video called Selfish. And I said, cool, I'll come down. And we shot it. They wanted to shoot it in, they were shooting in a place called the Ambassador Hotel in LA. That's the same hotel that Robert F. Kennedy was shot and killed at. So just a little note. So he asked me to come on down. I said, sure, I'm coming down. And he said, I have a part in there that I think you could play, but we have another person. But if the guy doesn't show up, I'd love for you to come down, and be in it. I said, cool. And I like Chris Robinson, so I wanted to come down. I'm a huge fan of Slum Village. So I said, all right, I'll come down. So I go down there and I get down there and you see everybody doing their thing before the video starts and so forth. Just the whole nine. And for those who don't know, you'll see camera people walking around and makeup and hair and, extras doing their thing and so forth, and the band and so forth, the group. And I saw Kanye, and he had, I knew who he was. He wasn't the star he is now, of course. He was coming up. He had a backpack. Some people used to wear a backpack. Remember them days? Everybody was wearing backpacks. That was the thing to do. He had a backpack and he was walking around, and I would look at him and I was like, something about him just was intriguing. He kind of reminded me of me. It looked like he was taking mental notes of the whole situation, was looking around at everything. And I was like, all right. And he came in and spoke to me, and we talked for a hot second, and it was cool. But I do remember some young guy that was running around, happy as hell to be down there. He just was goofy and happy and hey, and just jumping. I was like, oh, Slum Village got another member, because I knew the rest of the guys. I didn't know this guy. And I remember the video came on, and he would be singing the hook, or he was singing and stuff, and then cut, and he was giggling and laughing and having a good time and shit. And I was like, okay, this fucking new guy. Wound up being John Legend. Yes, John Legend was singing the hook on Selfish. If look it up, you'll see what it is. And they were waiting for what's his name? Farnsworth Bentley, whatever. P. Diddy's manservant, the guy used to walk around with the umbrella. They were waiting for him to do a part, and if he hadn't came, then I was gonna do a part in the video. And at the last moment, he did show up. He popped up, boom. I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. I watched it for a few more minutes. Told Chris I'm out. I appreciate that, him asking me, and we moved on from there. I'm not gonna hang around if I ain't getting paid. I did what I had to do. I came to see it, and it was what it was. But I appreciated him. Again, I'm a huge fan of Slum Village. But a couple of years later, I was at the Comedy Store in Sunset in Hollywood, and Kanye was in the back of the room. They used to do a thing called Fat Tuesday. It was a very popular night. It was an urban night there. And I ran into Kanye again, and I was sitting there, and we were in the back, and he actually remembered me, and I thought it was kind of cool. It was a couple of years later, and we talked it up for a second. And he's just by himself back there, just back in the back, just talking. And we talked. And I said, all right, cool. And I just remember, like something about him was, he was getting hotter at the time. And I was like, man, his album, I think his first album dropped or whatever the case may be, first or second, I don't remember. But he was really down to earth, and it was kind of cool. And I look at him now, man, and I just think, wow, how different it came from the time I met him. He was just a young, up and coming rapper, and didn't have all that pressure. And now how it is, and it just seems to be all over the place. I wish him nothing but the best. He really is a cool, down-to-earth person. But again, you make your judgment. I get it. But I did meet him twice, and it was cool. And that's how I met Kanye West. All right. So that's my story on that. Don't forget, you can get this book on Amazon. Again, thank y'all so much for subscribing to my channel and for watching these videos. All right. Thank y'all. I love you, and I will see you another time. I'm out.
Is somebody ready for a story? I said, is somebody ready for a story? I can't hear ya.
Turn me up a little bit.
If you like that clip, hit the subscribe button or the notification bell. In fact, why don't you hit both of them?